The February frost crunched under my boots in Cedar Valley, my Minnesota suburb, where my 15-acre homestead stood as a proud outlier among cookie-cutter lawns. I was hauling firewood to my lodge when Karen Walsh, the HOA president, rolled up in her shiny SUV, waving a driveway replacement order and barking, "Your gravel's an eyesore, Aisha. We're paving it with asphalt." She claimed my private driveway, outside her HOA's gated enclave, violated their curb appeal standards and had hired contractors to rip it up. Her plan? Force a sleek pavement to match her subdivision's aesthetic. Karen, a retired ad executive with a knack for meddling, had no clue who she was targeting. What she didn't know was that Aisha, a retired civil engineer, organic farmer, and owner of Cedar Valley's largest tractor co-op, wasn't letting her touch my gravel. My driveway was on my deeded land, my ownership bulletproof, and I'd rallied my co-op to park their tractors on it, turning her paving scheme into a rural standoff. When she called her contractors to start, I unleashed my tractor blockade, exposing her overreach and sparking a police probe. I stood by my driveway, phone filming as Karen's smug grin faltered, neighbors gathering, jaws dropping. This wasn't just a property dispute. It was Karen's boldest intrusion, blind to my authority and the law. My engineer's precision locked in, a smile spreading. She thought she could pave my driveway? I was about to turn her order into a viral tractor-pack triumph, with my allies and community ready to crush her HOA. Cedar Valley would rally, and Karen's asphalt would choke on my gravel. What unfolded wasn't just me saving my driveway. It was a masterclass in justice, community grit, and strategic defiance that left Karen's HOA in ruins, her scheme exposed, and my homestead a legend. My tractors weren't just machines. They were her downfall, and the sheriff's verdict was rolling in fast. Cedar Valley was a vibrant Minnesota suburb, its oak-lined trails, farmers markets, and my Valley Brew Cafe, a bold stand against HOA control. My 15-acre homestead, a private haven of orchards, fields, and a gravel driveway, lay beyond the HOA's gated community, free from their rules. As owner of Cedar Valley's Tractor Co-op, a network of 50 local farmers, I held sway over the region's rural backbone, my deeds ensuring my land stayed untouched by suburban sprawl. I'm Aisha, a retired civil engineer, organic farmer, Valley Brew owner, and co-op leader who'd outsmarted developers before. My homestead, with its log lodge and sprawling barn, was my sanctuary, where I grew heirloom crops and repaired tractors. My driveway, a sturdy gravel path, was my pride, designed for heavy farm equipment. My co-op's tractor blockade, backed by county permits and a love for Cedar Valley's rural roots, was my ace to stop Karen's paving. My plan to expose her was a calculated strike to preserve my land's character. Karen Walsh, mid-50s, was a domineering HOA president, her tailored coat a mask for her control-freak tendencies. She drafted a curb appeal ordinance to justify replacing my driveway, hiring 2 contractors, later identified as Greg Holt and Tina Patel, local pavers, to enforce her order claiming my gravel lowered property values. Her scheme was a brazen bid to impose her vision on my land, backed by a small HOA faction. Key allies included my brother, Malik, a county deputy, my friend Ethan, an agronomist, Linda, a councilwoman, and Maya, a co-op organizer. Neighbors like Old Lady Jenkins, who'd seen Karen's SUV, and the Cedar Valley Forum, our online hub, would amplify the fight. Sheriff Carla Ruiz and my lawyer, Samir, were on call. The county land office, where I'd file my deeds, was my stronghold. The setting was my driveway, a February morning in 2025, with snow dusting the gravel. Karen's contractors parked their asphalt trucks, her HOA curb appeal order taped to my mailbox. My cameras, hidden in the barn and pines, caught every move. Karen, by her SUV, called her pavers when I refused, unaware of my ownership. My homestead, private land, was untouchable, and her stunt was a crime. This wasn't just about my driveway. It was Karen's assault on Cedar Valley's soul. As I filmed, this fight would ignite a rural revolution. Karen's order was a slap in the face. Pave it by Monday. Aisha, she snapped, filming me as her contractors rev their trucks. I stayed calm, handing her a county map showing my driveway's private status. This is my land, Karen, I said, filming. Her jaw tightened. She hadn't expected pushback. I called Sheriff Ruiz, who said, "Forced paving? That's vandalism." Malik texted my deeds, Karen's toast. Ethan sent my co-op roster, saying, "Your tractors are ready." I confronted Karen, phone rolling. "Your order's illegal, and my cameras caught you." She waved her ordinance, claiming my gravel was non-compliant. I live-streamed. HOA's trying to pave my driveway. Tractors are coming. Hashtag HOA paves Aisha and hashtag Save Aisha's driveway trended, hitting 10 million views. Maya streamed from Valley Brew, showing my deeds. Cedar Valley stands with Aisha, she said, hitting 12 million views. Linda handed out flyers about property laws, explaining Aisha's driveway is private. Karen's a fraud. The forum surged with posts exposing Karen's meddling, finding barns, banning crops. Hashtag HOA paves Aisha went global with a tweet. HOA Karen tries to pave farmer's driveway, faces tractor blockade. Hashtag tractor takedown. Karen rallied her contractors, shouting, "Start the paving." But neighbors swarmed, chanting Aisha's gravel. Jenkins filmed Holt and Patel catching their unlicensed gear. I share my camera feed. Karen stealing my driveway. The clip hit 150 million views. Maya arrived, saying she tried to bribe my co-op. We're testifying. Her organizing clout rattled Karen's crew. Ruiz and Malik's sheriff team rolled up, lights flashing. "Park the trucks." Malik ordered Holt and Patel, who froze. Karen screamed, "Pave it," but Ruiz held up Jenkins' footage. "You're committing vandalism," she said. I live-streamed. Karen's paving scam is busted. Tractors are here. The stream hit 250 million views, with news vans arriving. Comments flooded. Aisha's a legend. Karen's done. Linda arrived with a county surveyor, announcing Karen's order is a felony. The crowd chanted gravel free as Karen's contractors fled. The forum planned a gravel-strong rally at Valley Brew, with music and property law talks. Karen tried one last lie, claiming the HOA regulates my driveway, but Ruiz showed my deeds mine. The stage was set, not just to save my driveway, but to crush her HOA and rally Cedar Valley. Her asphalt was dead, and my tractors were rolling. My driveway was a fortress of defiance. Karen stood by her SUV, trembling, as Ruiz questioned Holt and Patel. The livestream hit 400 million views, with hashtag HOA paves Aisha and hashtag Save Aisha's driveway trending globally. Neighbors and farmers packed my homestead, waving signs, Aisha's tractors, no HOA paving. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer's stand against HOA vandalism. The gravel crunched, and I was ready to bury Karen's empire. Ethan addressed the crowd, voice clear. Aisha's driveway is private, HOA exempt. Karen's paving order is a felony, caught on camera. He showed my deeds and footage, proving her guilt. Neighbors gasped, sharing the clips online. Linda handed out flyers, saying, Aisha and Maya fight for us. Karen's trespassing. The forum surged. Karen's flattened. Aisha's a hero. A viral tweet read, HOA Karen tries to pave farmer's driveway, gets crushed by tractors. Hashtag HOA paves Aisha. Karen tried to spin it, shouting, Aisha's gravel's illegal. But Ruiz held up Holt's texts. Karen ordered the paving. You're vandalizing property, she said. Karen's face fell. She hadn't known my ownership. National farming groups joined X, posting, Karen's vandalism threatens Cedar Valley. Support Aisha. The Change.org petition, Save Aisha's Driveway, hit 13 million signatures, with comments like, Aisha's a legend, and Karen's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Aisha's driveway is our heart, and her engineering skills protect us. Karen's scam threatens Cedar Valley. She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $450,000 and ban forced alterations. The crowd roared, chanting gravel free. The HOA, financially gutted, leaked emails disavowing Karen. She acted alone. Neighbors blocked her SUV, demanding justice, as Maya filmed. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Karen thought she could pave my driveway, but I own this land, and my tractors say no. I revealed my co-op's blockade, parking 20 tractors on my driveway, and proposed a gravel-strong rally at Valley Brew, with tractor parades, music, and a fundraiser for farm preservation. The crowd cheered, volunteering to testify. I shared online. Karen's scam failed. Join us to save the gravel. The live stream hit 600 million views, with hashtag GravelStrong trending. Comments flooded. Aisha's unstoppable. Karen sunk. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Ruiz, "The HOA's above you." But Malik revealed task force evidence. Karen's calls to halt. "You're charged with vandalism, trespass, and conspiracy," Ruiz said, cuffing her. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the cruiser. Maya's stream hit 800 million views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Tractors win. News ran headlines. Farmers' tractor blockade stops HOA, Karen's paving scam. Ethan organized kids to paint gravel-free signs, while Linda tied it to her council work, saying, "Aisha and Ethan guard our fields." Ruiz stopped the asphalt trucks, and farmers parked more tractors, turning chaos into unity. Linda promised county funding for an Aisha's gravel sign, marking my driveway status. The stage was set for a victory that would save my driveway, end Karen's reign, and show Cedar Valley's power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. My driveway pulsed with triumph as Karen, Holt, and Patel were cuffed, their order confiscated. The live stream hit 1 billion views, with hashtag HOA Paves Aisha and hashtag Save Aisha's Driveway trending worldwide. Neighbors filled my homestead, guarding my gravel, as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as engineer, farmer, and co-op leader of Beacon, my tractors our weapon, ready to bury Karen's scam. Ruiz addressed the crowd, voice commanding. Karen Walsh and her accomplices faced charges of vandalism, trespass, and conspiracy, with up to 7 years. The crowd roared, waving gravel-free signs. Ruiz added, "Aisha's driveway is private, and her cameras sealed their fate." Neighbors cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Aisha's our queen." Linda took the stage, resolute. "Aisha's driveway is our soul, and her engineering skills are our might." Karen's scam was an attack on us all. She announced the council's vote, a $450,000 HOA fine, a ban on forced alterations, and funding for GravelStrong. The crowd chanted "gravel-free" as kids handed me painted tractor wheels, symbols of our win. Ethan showed my deeds, proving my authority. "Aisha's tractors crushed Karen, like my science crushed her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled an Aisha's gravel sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my driveway status. "This gravel's ours, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a tractor under an oak. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Aisha's legacy." Ruiz confirmed the evidence. Cameras, deeds, Holt's texts was airtight. Karen and her crew pleaded guilty, facing jail and a town ban. My digital dossier, videos, deeds, task force logs, was handed to the press, ensuring convictions. News ran it live. Farmers' tractor blockade stops HOA Karen's paving scam. The crowd surged, tractor engines roaring as GravelStrong took shape. I gave the mic to Maya, who shone. "This is our land," she said, co-op badge gleaming. "Thank you, Aisha." Neighbors hugged her, patrolling my driveway in solidarity. Ethan launched the sign contest, with entries flooding the forum. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Cedar Valley's triumph, proof our gravel could outshine asphalt. As dusk fell, my driveway stood firm, my tractors proud. Karen's conviction was Cedar Valley's victory. News ran headlines like "Tractor Blockade Saves Driveway from HOA Fraud" and "Aisha and Ethan Triumph." The livestream hit 4 billion views, with hashtag GravelStrong trending for weeks. Fan art of my tractors as guardians of gravel flooded the forum. Farming groups invited me to speak, but I stayed humble, saying, "This is about our land." GravelStrong was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, farmers, parading tractors, dancing, and unveiling the Aisha's gravel sign. Valley Brew catered, and Ethan shared soil data, tying my homestead to Cedar Valley's ecosystem. The event raised $900,000 for preservation, and Minnesota declared my land a rural heritage site. The forum buzzed with photos. Gravel lives. No more Karens. The HOA collapsed. Linda's law fined it $450,000 and dissolved its board, with new rules mandating county oversight. Karen, Holt, and Patel got 7 years each, banned from Cedar Valley, and vanished. Karen to a city loft, sued by her contractors. "Don't pave like Karen" became a local saying, painted on barns. My homestead became a destination, with visitors touring Aisha's gravel. Valley Brew and my cafe sales soared, hosting gravel nights with music and eco-talks. Tourists flocked, boosting revenue. Neighbors gifted me carvings, oaks, Malik's deputy star, saying Ethan and I inspired them. Maya's research showed the fields thriving, celebrated at homestead feasts. My digital dossier shaped land laws, protecting Minnesota's farms. Ethan led farm tours. Maya mentored kids with eco-kits. Malik planned a gravel freedom fest with music, tractor pulls, and sheriff demos. Aisha and Ethan saved our fields, a post read. I hired teens to monitor my cameras, giving them purpose. The forum glowed with pride. At the fest, under a Gravel Forever banner, Linda toasted, "To Aisha, Malik, and Cedar Valley, where freedom rolls free." Fireworks lit the fields, kids danced, and my tractors gleamed. Karen Scam was dust, but we'd built a legacy. Valley Brew, my homestead, and our community were our triumph, proof no bully could pave our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Cedar Valley would always stand bold, rooted, and free.